everyone. I'm Sandra from No Cover Magazine, and I'm here interviewing Aaron and Alessandro from Gemini Syndrome.
What up?
Welcome back to Phoenix. I think it's really good that you're kicking off your tour here in Phoenix. How many cities will you guys be touring?
I think we're hitting 10 on this run.
You guys have been referred to the next biggest thing coming out of LA. What do you think sets you guys apart from other up-and-coming bands?
Wow. Well, one, that's a big compliment. I don't know if anything it sets us apart. I don't know if I want to compare us to anybody else, but I can say that for the last 2.5 years, we've worked incredibly hard to hit the road on our own before Warner Brothers was involved and hit cities that seem hungry for music, and then go back to those cities when we get good responses. And I think we very much care about what we do quite a bit, so there's a lot of passion involved with it. But it's a lot about work ethic, I think, and just sucking it up and getting on the road and touring, even if the conditions aren't the most ideal. But you know, it's what you got to do.
I don't need a miracle. I just need a place to go. Send me to the angels and tell God I said goodbye. I never wanted.
What do you guys think is your most successful song on this EP?
From the original EP that we put out, definitely Basement. Basement, I think hands down has been the most reaction gaining song. We've got Thank you. We've got a couple different ones that we're going to come out with when we release the record early next year. That'll be, the Basement will definitely be one of them, but we've got a couple other new tricks up our sleeve that we're hoping will go over pretty well.
I never wanted this. I never asked for it. But this is what you gave.
So, musically speaking, what is your guiltiest pleasure?
My guiltiest pleasure is probably something like Imogen Heap or something like that, something totally off the rock and metal.
Something people don't expect.
Yeah, Imogen Heap, Elliott Smith, I like that a lot. Jeff Buckley. But I think between all five of us, we all listen to a pretty wide range of music, whether it be, I'm a big Tech Nine fan, I'm a big Twista fan, I like that kind of rap and whatnot, but
I like Depeche Mode a lot. Yeah. And I listen to pretty much everything that makes me feel good, because it's all about having fun and feeling good. That's my opinion about music.
I agree.
How did your band originate?
It was kind of a perfect storm, but it started with Rich had a vision, had the band name, had the logo, had a bunch of songs written that he felt confident with. He found Brian, the drummer, and they went into the studio and recorded tracks for the original record that we did. And this was just with them. He wasn't involved, I wasn't involved, Mike wasn't involved yet. Then through a mutual friend, they found me. I've been floating back and forth between Los Angeles and Chicago for the last 12, 13 years, and I happened to be on vacation in LA when I got an email from him, and I was debating whether or not to move back to LA from Chicago at that time. So I met with Brian and Rich, and we got along really well. I liked the music, so I went home and wrote everything in a few weeks, came back, and then while I was in the studio recording vocals for that record, we called him and he came into the studio. We called Mike and Mike came into the studio. They were both into what we were doing, and a month later we were living together. We still are, and it just kind of took off from there. It was kind of a perfect storm is the best way to put it, because every piece just kind of fell into place without, I won't say without effort, but it was definitely kind of magical, I think, how it kind of just popped into place.
Everything fell into place. So how did you guys come up with the name Gemini Syndrome, and what does it mean?
Rich came up with the name, but as far as I guess my own interpretation of it, and I think his too, is kind of a reference to the duality of life. And the Gemini is the twin sign in the zodiac, so there's the yin-yang kind of balance. And I see it as kind of just a battle of the human condition. That's the syndrome, is being alive and trying to balance that light part of you with the dark part of you, and try to make that a cohesive blend of your character to afford you a better life, I guess.
That's a great name. I like it.
I could care less about the world sometimes. Certain inspiration.
You guys have been on multiple tours. What has been your favorite tour so far? What cities do you like to tour at?
Good question. Every tour has been good in its own way. They've all been different because we did one last year that was pretty long when it was just us. We were by ourselves, so we didn't have any supporting bands. We also went out with our friends Evelove and Stitched Apart from LA last year. We just recently went out with September Morning, and now we're out with Butcher Baby. So it's always kind of cool to have friends with you. It's great to tour with your bandmates, but it's nice to have an outside group of people too to kind of break up the monotony. As far as cities go, I mean, Phoenix is always great to us. We have family here and friends here, so that's really cool. Ogden's always a real cool place to go. Ogden, Utah. I mean, all the cities we go. Denver's great.
Sorry. Every city has its own vibe, so every show is special, you know? Because it's every night is a different night. Every show is a different show. Every crowd is a different crowd, and honestly, I don't have a best place to go. I really like play live, so it's good. Everything is good.
It's not really a favorite per se. They're all cool. I mean, I like going home to Chicago. I'm sure Brian likes going to Denver. Rich likes going to Cincinnati, you know.
So what's the drink of choice when you guys are on tour?
Well, Brian doesn't drink. I'm a vodka guy.
Vodka? Yeah, vodka. Yeah.
I was really into the whiskey, Jägermeister, yeah. I was very much into the bourbon for a long time, but it burns my throat a lot, so the vodka seems to be a little nicer, a little sweeter.
So what can your fans expect to see at one of your shows?
High energy. Try to create like a fun environment, I think. That's what I think is really important to me. I think to you too, and to all of us. We got into music because we like it, because we love it. It's fun. I have fun going to shows. So we want people to experience that, but hopefully they get kind of the vibe of what we're really trying to talk about as well. But beyond that, you know, we bring our own lighting production, so there's always a cool light show, and we try to throw down as much as possible, so you're not going to see 5 guys just kind of standing there bored. You know, we'll definitely get into it.
What motivates you guys to keep going?
The love of doing it. The fact that we can do this for a living is all the motivation I need. You know, this is my job, and music has become our entire life. You know, that's been the goal since I was a little kid. So that's simply it.
So is there anything that you want your fans and the readers of No Cover to know about you?
I would urge, just from my perspective, I would urge people to go look into the lyrics. I put a lot of heart into those, and there's a lot of meaning to it for me. Beyond that, we just want to create an environment where everybody, us and the fans listening and watching, are all part of the same group. I don't want there to be a separation between, like, we're the musicians and they're not. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a family kind of thing. Just to create that kind of vibe of a family between us and them.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
If you want, you can go to sinner@GeminiSyndrome.com and sign up for the mailing list and the street team. Basically what that'll do is when we go, anytime we book new tours, you'll be getting emails about those, what cities we'll be hitting. Also with the record coming out next year, you'll get information about that. And as far as street teaming and helping us promote in different cities, we will, you know, if you can help us, we'll give you perks, whether it be tickets to the show or et cetera, but Sinner, is it sinner or sinners? Sinners. Sinner? Sinner. Sinners, SYNNERS, at GeminiSyndrome.com.
I mean, try both. If one doesn't work, it's the other one.
And where can fans pick up your new album?
The record will hopefully be coming out around February, and at that point you should be able to get it anywhere. It will be on iTunes and whatnot, but it should be distributed nationwide.
All right, that's it.
This is what you gave me. I never wanted this. I never asked for it. But this is what you gave me.